Oh, what's happening? We're going to talk all about the Minnesota opportunity. Minnesota legalized it back in 2023. That's when they fixed the date for being social equity. So one of the ways, there's many ways to be social equity in Minnesota. So many ways that it's about like 1 in 3 Americans actually qualify. I'm going to show you the math. I'm going to show you the resource you really need to focus on and many other things. My name's Tom. I'm a cannabis lawyer out of the Midwest, not Minnesota. So we will just be consulting with our clients on how to win. You need to win a lottery. But then what happens after you win a lottery? You have to get operational. So we are soup to nuts or full service. Let's get into it because there's really going to be two main license types. And at the end of this, 175 dispensaries will be given out throughout the state of 5.7 million people, which is pretty much a deluge when it comes to the number of dispensaries. The dispensaries are matched to tiny grows. So I think the hemp farmers in Minnesota are going to be cleaning up. But let me shrink myself down and we will go over a few specifics that you should know before you apply. This is the resource that you should be turning to whenever you have questions. That is mn.gov/OCM. OCM in this state and in many others, Office of Cannabis Management. The legislature in Minnesota, in my opinion, really forced the OCM to rush to the application time period because they passed an amendment this spring. And right now, like July 3rd, and I'm recording this, there is a window to get qualified as a social equity applicant. You absolutely need to do that within the next week. And then after that, there is a short application window that should be closed by August 12th. And then there will be, here are the main license types. This is where these two right here, the micro business and the Mezzo business, that's going to be like, if this was a pie chart, it'd be like 95% of the pie chart. Okay, it's a little bit overestimating, maybe 90%, but there's going to be 100 cannabis micro businesses. This is a 5,000 square feet canopy indoor grow or outdoor grow and one dispensary. That application fee is a non-refundable $500. No initial license fee, and then a license renewal fee of only $2,000. Micro businesses can grow, make, sell, and buy cannabis and lower potency hemp products and on-site lounges where customers can use cannabis. It has a dispensary, consumption lounge, and grow all together. It's going to be a very hot commodity. Right now, there's over 2,500 qualified social equity applicants because the application is bifurcated. Right now, they're just doing the qualification of the social equity applicant, and then there will be the application round to get one of these 100 micro businesses that allow them to do these various cannabis business activities. And then there'll be the big guns. That's the Mezzo business. That is a $5,000 application fee. It's basically 3 times. It's 3x micro business, Mezzo business. And by 3x, I mean 15,000 square feet of canopy space and 3 dispensary locations. They will only be giving out 13 cannabis cultivator licenses. They will also have a social equity opportunity for it. Vetted lottery, we'll kind of get to that. It is a complete competitive kind of, but there's no scoring. They score the application to make sure that you have all the elements that the state asked for. They'll probably have a deficiency period. I say probably because the rules have not been written yet. That's how far the legislature set the date. And so the OCM is kind of scrambling to comply with it. And there's the manufacturer. Manufacturing, I'd probably be applying for this one if I already had the dispensary going in Peoria. 6 of those. And you have to remember, like, that will allow you to do a lot of things that the cultivator can't. Manufacturing licenses are very often overlooked. I think the micro business will get the most apps. Mezzo business will get the second most apps. Cannabis cultivator will get the third most apps, and the manufacturer will get very few apps. So right now there's 2,500 people that have gotten in there. Whatever you do during this process, be sure that you stick to mn.gov/OCM. They will be providing additional materials to help guide you through the steps. Watch for updates on timelines for general licensing. General licensing will happen probably in 2025, but all the social equity applications, they're going to be in by August 12th, maybe a slight elongation of that time period. but the statute provided that it has to be done by them. One of the tools that they have provided for applicants, because one of the methods to become social equity, if we can go over those in here, eligibility for social equity status, they have the cannabis-related convictions. They have also family members of cannabis-related convictions. There's that May 1st, 2023 date. Military veteran, including service-related disabled veterans, and here is how you can prove it. Your DD-214. Residency in designated areas, disproportionately impacted areas, sometimes abbreviated as DIAs, and they have a interactive map to see whether or not your address anywhere in the nation is included in one of those areas. Why anywhere in the nation? Because very often they try to avoid lawsuits from the Dormant Commerce Clause. Here is our office's address. It's in one of the DIAs right there. They had it by a few of the criteria. They have the poverty rate over 20%, so that works. Median income, I guess, is sufficient as well. And then the social vulnerability index of 0.98. So it's a quadruple social equity threat in Minnesota. Here's one of the interesting ones, farmers. So social equity can also include farming operations. Right now is the verification process with CSI, that software provider. So please get those in. And then after that, then you're going to get the state applying for pre-license approval. Then we have to get to the actual documentation of what you're going to need to provide to the OCM to have a complete application so that you can get into the lottery. They will review all those things. There's typically a deficiency process for it. Remember what they told you. Stay tuned, because they will be getting more and more of this out over the coming weeks and months. The most important thing that you can do is apply right now, because by the end of the day, with 25 Mezzo businesses, that's 3 times the number of dispensaries, that's 75 dispensaries, and 100 micro businesses, that's 100 other dispensaries. Minnesota is going to get lit for 2025. And if you need any help applying, we've created this comprehensive lottery and other information that will be happening in the state of Minnesota over at our law blog, Cannabis Industry Lawyer Doc. And then you can fill out this little type form right here, and that will connect you to our consulting firm of Collateral Base, which we've just updated the refresh on. There it is. Expert Business Consulting. All right. My name's Tom, and if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and then join us live on Sunday for Cannabis Legalization News for more updates on Minnesota cannabis licensing.